January 16, 2025, Indian Express. The first headline is Three frontline vessels were commissioned together into the Navy for the first time in India. The names of these vessels are INS Surat, INS Nilgiri, and INS Vakshir. The second headline is Nuclear Deal in Mind. US removes curbs on BARC, IGCAR, and IRL. The US Bureau of Industry and Security (BIS) removed three Indian nuclear entities, the first one being Bhabha Atomic Research Centre (BARC), the second one being Indira Gandhi Centre for Atomic Research (IGCAR), third one being Indian Rare Earths Limited (IREL) from its entity list. The US Entity List is a list of foreign individuals, businesses, and organizations that are subject to export restrictions and licensing requirements for certain goods and technologies. The list is compiled by BIS of the US Department of Commerce, is ostensibly used to prevent unauthorized trade in items that could be diverted to terrorism, weapons of mass destruction, WMD, or other activities that are perceived by US as going against its foreign policy or national interest. The removal of these barriers is significant because these barriers have prevented civil nuclear cooperation between India's nuclear entities and US companies. The third headline is Train to Kashmir soon as last leg of project gets safety nod. The Kashmir Line or the Udhampur-Srinagar-Baramulla project was sanctioned in 1994-95. The first three phases were completed by 2014. Katra to Reasi is the final leg that has been constructed and has now received the CRS approval. CRS stands for Commissioner of Railway Safety. The fourth headline is Justice Chandran, who has many key verdicts to his credit, joins Supreme Court. And with his appointment, the Supreme Court will have full strength of 34 judges till 31st of January. The fifth headline relates to the Prevention of Money Laundering Act. Supreme Court pulls up ED for saying rigors of bail apply to women. Rigors means strictness of the bail rules. The bench was annoyed because this submission went against the spirit of Section 45, Clause 1 of PMLA, which expressly provides that the court is allowed to exempt women accused from the rigors of the bail clause. The sixth headline is Who Lit the Fire? The raging forest fires in Southern California are a moment of reckoning for policymakers across the world. An exceptional mix of environmental conditions, an extremely dry winter and near hurricane strength Santa Ana winds has led to the firestorm. Year-to-year variability has always been a feature of California's weather conditions. Experts believe that these have now turned to rapid swings between wet and dry conditions, also known as hydroclimatic whiplash. To an extent, fires are a natural part of forests regenerating themselves. The underbrush is either cleared manually or through nature's processes. However, California government has been accused of adopting an extreme environmentalist approach and refused to thin forests or clear underbrush. Dead trees have stoked the fire. The seventh headline is How and Why Are Plants Grown in Space? Takeaways from ISRO's success. The lobia, black-eyed pea seeds that ISRO sent to space on December 30th as part of its Compact Research Module for Orbital Plant Studies, CROPS, germinated last week. The reasons behind growing plants in space are the first reason is space-grown plants can provide a sustainable food source. With minimal source of restocking supplies, astronauts cannot rely on a limited stock of multivitamins during missions that may go on for years. The second reason is pre-packaged vitamins break down and lose their nutritive value over long periods of time. The third reason is the release of oxygen by photosynthesis in space can help keep the air aboard spacecraft breathable. The fourth reason is tending to plants can also help reduce stress and improve mental well-being of astronauts.